This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is Home Talk USA with Michael King, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Michael King is a licensed general contractor with more than 30 years of experience in home improvements and the author of Contracting with the King. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world. As Michael King and Rita Crompton talk to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today. We invite you to visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, we proudly present Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor, Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Welcome, America. That's right. This is the Invent America show, part of the Home Talk USA radio family. We like to do this hour. It's the second hour of our broadcast where we help inventors out and you that maybe have an idea for a product. You might not know the steps to take in getting your product to market. I mean, how do you patent it? How do you do get the mold made, or do the testing, or the find out if there's another patent or another technology that you're trying to do? A whole bunch of information here. What about insurance? What about licensing fees? Whole bunch of things you need to know. Well, my co-host, the Inventor Lady herself, she can answer all these questions. She is my sidekick. And I'd like to welcome to the show Rita. How you doing, my darling?
I am doing well. And it is so nice to be able to reach out and touch so many of the American inventors out there, because, you know what? Invent America is because America invents, right?
That's right. And you heard our monologue. So
I did.
I read a lot going on in our industry right now, and let's be honest. We just got back off the trade show. We had a chance to meet a lot of new inventors. You had your own booth there at the show where you had, I think, 25 inventors that were there. But there's a lot going on in our industry. Inflation now is taking over all of us. Product availability. It's getting very, the supply chains are getting very short now. So there's a lot going on, and we just don't want our young inventors, to be, spending money and wasting money. So we got the blueprint to help them. And
we do.
And that, so if you listen to the show, it's free. We don't charge anybody, so you can actually get this advice. But we do have a great hour for you. We got some really good inventors coming on. So tell us a little bit about our show.
Well, the show today, we're going to kind of expand on the topic we had a couple of weeks ago, where we talked about that barrier to entry, and for one of the gentlemen, it was product liability insurance. I thought, let's talk a little bit more in depth about that. And for the inventors out there, or the people who think they might be inventors, I want to invite them to join us at the Inventors Roundtable, and you can find the link on my website. The meetings are free, but that's where then you get to ask questions. And a lot of times we'll have then, our expert on, at the meeting, so that, you can ask them your questions. And so making these resources available to all of the inventors across the country is what's so valuable, and what is our goal felt all the way down to our toes is to get that information out there for the inventors. And so on the show today, we've got two inventors. One is a seasoned inventor. He's been inventing for years. The other one's fairly new, and both of them have had to deal with product liability issues. And then our expert is Murray DeLine. He is out of the Colorado area, but his specialty is product liability insurance. And, he taught me a couple of things when I was asking him if he'd do the show, and he goes, some of it is the terminology you're using is not correct. It's, between someone saying, I want to license it and I want to find a manufacturer, could be the same company doing two very different things. So Murray's going to help educate us then as far as the right words to use with and the right place to go for product liability. It's not like you can just call up your Allstate dealer and have them, whip you out a policy, because they don't do it. So you've got to know where to go and who to ask and what to ask, and that's what we're going to discuss today.
But, we got a great show for people, and when we come back off the break, we're also going to let the audience know, and if you have a product and if you want to come on the show, there's no fee or anything. We don't charge our guests. We're not a pay-to-play network. We're also going to have that information for them also, right?
Exactly. And we've got a lot of great topics coming up that really you must have read the list, because you kind of went right through them as far as the topics coming up for our inventors, and giving them, the encouragement and the resources to be able to take that first step and decide, do they have anything? And then, if they do, what should they do as their first steps and to get through the process? Yeah. We used to laugh because we said that the old inventor business model was have idea, get patent, make money. And we know there is just a lot more to it than that, and it's important to know what those steps are and how the pendulum swings in the cost. Getting a service provider, they say, you get what you pay for. Well, when it comes to like a patent attorney, more is not always more. It just means he's driving a better car, and sometimes you're the one paying for it. So how do you determine that? And that's what we're here to do, is to help the inventors make good business decisions so that they can get through the process and get the product to market.
Well, I like the idea you got the insurance guy coming on, because we had a situation a couple of weeks ago where one of the companies that one of the inventors was getting ready to distribute and put their product on the market and did all the steps and everything, and come to find out they the type of technology that they had requires a $5 million product liability policy, which nobody did the homework. So now he's not going to be able to he's going to have to go find a license, a licensee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sometimes, knowing sooner rather than later helps you make better decisions in the steps. Yeah. So you don't get kind of, sidetracked or, bamboozled by not knowing what to expect. So had he known, even 6 months ago that this was going to be an issue, he instead of spending the money on manufacturing, he would have spent the money getting to probably a couple of more trade shows to find the licensing.
A licensing company that would just take it over and pay him a royalty. And look, to be honest with you, my rule of thumb is, and my rule of thumb is, if you have one product and you're a one-trick pony, get a licensing deal. Forget about manufacturing.
Exactly.
Because of what the cost of manufacturing. But as you start developing products, and if you have 4 or 5 or 6 products out there, then you might want to consider going into the manufacturing part of it. But to each its own, Rita. You know that. Well, hey, Rita, we're going to take a short break, okay?
Okay.
And we're just out of time, and we're going to get to our guests. Hey, I'm the Cajun contractor, Michael King. This is the Home Talk USA radio program, the Invent America part of our show, along with my sidekick, the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton. So we're going to step away, got to pay some bills. Please visit our website at HomeTalkUSA.com. Check out our television show at HomeTalkTV.com. We're going to come back with our first guests right here on the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNLive.com. I'm the Cajun Man. I'll be right back. Yay!
Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Welcome back, everyone. That's right. Each week and every week, this is the Invent America show, part of the USA, Home Talk USA radio family. Each week, all we do, to be honest with you, is just click out here 3 times, and all of us say there's no place like Home Talk. Right, Rita?
That's right.
It's just click our heels 3 times. But, Rita, who's our next guest?
Our next guest is Dave Fegel. He was at the National Hardware Show with us, and it always makes me laugh when I see his background there, because he is one of our new inventors. Young might not be exactly a descriptive word for Dave, because he's an experienced gentleman at the age of 79. And he won the Retailer's Choice Award with his product with Clean Can Solutions product at the National Hardware Show. So we're very proud of you, Dave. Thank you so much for being on this show with us, and welcome.
Well, thank you, Rita. Thank you very much. I appreciate all your help in all aspects of this.
So it was funny because he goes, everybody keeps calling me a genius. So now when I call him on the phone, I say, is the genius there? But for the talk today, what we're looking at is the product liability insurance. So you've got a new product, Dave. You just won the Retailer's Choice Award. And after the show, you started getting in so many orders. And you're being featured in a magazine coming up, so you will get more orders. At what point now did you realize, oops, we need product liability insurance, or was there a wise person in your life, like your wife, who said, Dave, we need to get some product liability insurance?
Wow, there's an oxymoron for you. Well, we have an unusual connection, because my brother, who's a partner in this with my wife and I, is an independent insurance agent, has been since his high school days, and he's older than I am. So he was aware of the issue of the liability insurance, and although our product is very difficult to look at any kind of liability that could come up, everything has to be handled. Like somebody said, do not underestimate stupid. But the stupid part would be to put yourself out there in any capacity where you can't cover yourself in case somebody does try something. And with something that's Go ahead.
The interesting comparison is that Ian was just on, and he sells a product in the electric world. So electricity is a big deal in product liability, but he sells then commercially and not to the consumer, which again has got its whole different element of complicated when it comes to product liability. You are on the consumer end of things, which kind of has got its own issues.
That's correct. That's very correct. So you just have to cover yourself from something that doesn't have to make sense in the first place in order to happen. And fortunately for the type of product we have, the liability possibilities are very low. So that helped a lot. But a person has to protect themselves, I think, no matter where you are on it, so that whatever process you're in the middle of, you don't get sidetracked for something that you can't control. This is one of the things that you can.
Right. And, so people need to look at, what is their industry that they're dealing with, what could happen, all right? There's a big difference between electrical, child products, that's one of the reasons why there were so many things that say, can they swallow it? You're in one of those industries where, like you said, it's, what could happen, and so it's a little bit easier to manage product liability issues in the paint accessory world as opposed to child world.
That's very correct. And previously we were in making recreational products that included a ladder. Now, if you want something that has high liability probability, there's a ladder. That's
Yes.
really the other end of the scale from where we are. But no matter where you are on the scale, it's a good idea to protect yourself so you don't have a problem you don't need.
Well, and the one thing that we have learned over the years is that there is a step on that ladder for everyone. No pun intended. So, there's product liability that's going to go with any kind of product that you're getting from I have an idea then into the marketplace. And once you enter the marketplace, it is a big deal to make sure that you're covered.
That's absolutely correct. Well, see, you use the word genius, and although the context of which it was used is more for a genius product instead of a genius inventor, I'll take whatever people want to attach to it.
There you go. Well,
genius comes to mind.
You've got... When you're looking at your product liability insurance, does your insurance company say, okay, well, as long as you're selling below so many thousand a month or so many thousand a year, you're at one level, but as soon as you start hitting consistently above a level, then it goes up?
I really don't know what the scale is. Like I said, my brother's the agent, so he handles that, but it's more, from what I understand, more from where your product lies in the scale of vulnerability as far as liability. And
okay. All right.
It's always all a percentage. So if you have a high number that's getting out there, I suppose that increases your chance no matter what you're selling.
Yep. And so you've noticed now since the hardware show that your sales have gone way up.
Our sales have gone up. We've been getting orders from around the country. We're getting phone calls from different publications and so on that want to feature us. We've got interest from 4 different continents. It's
wonderful.
The help that you've been, Rita, is immeasurable. It truly is, and it's certainly appreciated.
So, well, you had a good product there, genius, so we are really grateful for that, too.
All right. Dave, hey, give us some contact information. How can we learn more about Clean Can Solutions?
Well, we've got a website. You can go wesavepaint.com, and there's a video there. It explains exactly where it is. You can order the product right there. It's very affordable, and it saves a lot of frustration.
Say that website one more time.
wesavepaint.com.
Well, Dave, thank you so much on behalf of the Inventor Lady herself and myself. We want to thank you for being a guest of the Invent America Show. Thank you, Dave.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, Rita, we're going to have to take a short break. Got to pay some bills. Please visit our website, hometalkusa.com. We're going to come back with another guest, another topic right here on the Invent America radio program in the Home Talk USA radio family. We'll be right back. Yay!